This episode of The Bill and Callie Show is brought to you by... If it's breakfast, brunch, or lunch you need, Les Cafe is the place to go, indeed. Open 6 a.m. to 4 p.m. 7 days a week. Les Cafe Pancake House, located in Highland, Indiana on Highway Avenue. Les Cafe, where less is more.
Welcome. We're here at the NWI Parkinsons Association in Highland, Indiana. With us today we have Elizabeth Woodbury, who is the founder of the NWI Parkinsons Association. Then with her we have Julie Markowitz, who is the administrative assistant. And then also we have Don Nagdeman, who is the director of marketing. Welcome to our show.
Thank you.
We're so happy that you invited us out to be here, and we're kind of happy to hear your story. And so why don't you give us an idea of how the association started, the original date that you decided to open it up and provide services?
Well, I owned a shop. I was a businesswoman, and I had a shop in Dyer. I started it in Dyer, and then I found out I had Parkinson's in 2004. And I've been doing style shows for many groups. And I decided to have a fundraiser because when I first found out that I had Parkinson's, I really didn't know much about it. And I really didn't hear much about it. So I thought, what can I do to make it more known? And I decided to do a fundraiser for Parkinson's. And that was in 2004. And it was very successful. We went to Sand Creek with the first style show that we had.
Nice.
Yeah, it was very nice. And we raised some money, but the most important part, we got people's attention, and it went very well. And then we decided to do it again, and after that, it just became every year. And we bought this building after so many years of doing this, and Don can tell you the rest.
Thank you. Actually, in 2004, we had started, the first show was in 2005 at Sand Creek Country Club, and we raised about $5,000 for APDA, if I'm not correct. Is that who we donated it to?
Yes.
American Parkinson's
Yes.
Disease Association. And then the following year, we got involved with the Michael J. Fox Foundation out of New York. And she moved the show over to the Avalon because we outgrew it after the first year.
Wow, that's
And
a good thing. That's a good problem to have.
That's a great problem to have. And ever since then, we've been there. And every May, we have our fundraiser there, and that's the number one source for our monies to do with whatever we're going to do with it. And it all goes to Parkinson's. In 2012, we actually incorporated because we were just a committee up until that point. We incorporated and we became a 501c3. We went through the government and requested a tax exempt status, and it took us 2 years to get that, and we were finally there. And so everything that we do right now is all because of what this young lady started back in 2004. We ended up donating back in 2016. We started a fitness point program with Rocksteady Boxing incorporated into it, and they today are expanding themselves because of what we did. And again, that's because of this young lady sitting to our right here. So
It's amazing. I was wondering what those boxing gloves were about. I didn't think that you were scared because of the media and you're going to rough us over.
Yeah.
Yes.
we actually have our own boxing classes here, a boxing and stretcher-size class at the same time. And then we also have a dancer-size class, Dance for Parkinson's, and then we have a yoga class. And this is weekly here, and then we also have a yoga class out at Methodist Hospital. We have 2 support groups, one that meets at Methodist Hospital and one that meets at Munster Community Hospital, and they're once a month. And we attract a lot of people at both of them. We feed the people that come to this. It's free. Everything that we do, we raise funds for so that the Parkinson patients do not have to pay anything.
Oh, that's beautiful.
And this is the bane of our existence, is we wanted to make sure that we got the word out. And we actually have our own mission statement. You are not alone. Our mission is to give Parkinson patients hope, to know that they are not alone and that we are bringing them together for this purpose and to help find ways to improve their quality of life. And we have lived by that standard. Libby, that's her nickname, we all call her that, started this thing because she wanted to find out more about the disease and basically find out if we could find a cure for herself. And it is matriculated into what you see today. We bought the building here in 2017. We have a tenant upstairs, but the rest of it is all Parkinson's. We have a fundraiser every year in May, which is our big one. And then we have a dinner dance in November. And then we have a free party in the middle of the summer, which we're going to talk about shortly, which is for everybody. And everybody can come to this thing. We get the word out as any way we can. This year it's going to be August 2nd, Friday. It's in what, 3 weeks? 2 weeks. We're going to have the band. It's called Sandbox, and Jesse Hernandez is the head of the band. And it's wonderful. We did it last year, and we welcomed them back this year. So
We also have a symposium that we do every year.
The education symposium.
And that's at the Lincoln Center in Highland.
Right.
That's a pretty amazing event. And that's in, what date is that usually?
April.
April?
Is that the
Okay.
April?
Right.
So every year.
Amazing. And then let's go in order some of your fundraisers that you have. So you of course have the event, the symposium at the Lincoln Center in April. Then going forward from that, what is your next annual event that you have?
It's the fundraiser.
Fundraiser
It's
that-
usually a
The
style show
dinner style show.
And that's held at where again?
at the Avalon Manor out
Avalon.
in Maryville. And
Okay.
we incorporate two things. Libby's got a boutique here that supports the women's fashions, and we have anywhere from 12 to 15 women modeling.
Oh, nice.
And then the men's fashions are supplied by John Chico's Menswear. And
Okay.
Tina Pop has partnered up with us for that all the time, and it's a wonderful partnership.
Great. And then you have, of course, this event coming up here, hosted here at the location on Jewett Avenue. So that's amazing. Is there anything else you want to share with us? Any other information?
We also do a dinner dance in November,
Mm.
and this year's going to be themed wine and dine. So in addition to dancing and dinner, we're going to have games that's going to involve wine and beer.
My kind of party.
Yeah. Bill and Kelly usually go to those type of things.
Well, you're totally
We are
invited.
highly involved in those types of things. We like supporting our non-for-profits that come on our show, and that's the way we do it. We
Together
attend all
as
the
the
wine
band.
and dining we can.
Yeah, Libby wanted to say, though, we've hired the band together, and they were our band the first 2 years we did this. This is our 5th annual dinner dance, and it's going to be held at the Avalon on Friday, November 1st. And it's called, we renamed it, it's Wine, Dine, and Dance. And so you're going to wine, you're going to dine, and then you're going to dance together until 11:30. So we've got a heck of an evening coming up for
That
that.
sounds like it.
Will we have to buy or wear tuxedos? Is it
It's black
tie?
tie optional,
Ah,
so no jeans.
no
No
jeans.
jeans.
Got to kind of dress up.
Yeah.
All right, so it's semi-formal. Awesome. That is the last event you have then of the year?
Yeah.
So
We have a
far.
Christmas party as well.
The Christmas party? Yeah, and
Here.
that's here as well.
Yes.
And all the clients are invited?
Yes.
Is that a fundraiser as well, or is
No,
it
it's
just
just a
That's a
for?
party.
freebie,
No.
just like the
Just
party
for,
coming up.
okay, just for the clients that come
Right.
here.
Santa Claus
Awesome.
usually shows up for that.
Oh, nice.
He was
Awesome.
here last year.
Are we missing
Well, tell
any?
us what
services?
is all involved in this thing coming up in August. This fun outdoor adventure that you have out here.
Mhm.
We usually bring in a beer vendor. We serve beer and wine. All the food is donated. We have yet to get the donations out yet. We have a meeting Thursday for this, but last
If
year
anybody wants to donate,
Yep.
please give us a call.
we're here. And last year we had Pokro Brewery over in Griffith, and who's the other one? Malt Brothers out in St. John. They're both microbreweries, and they're both very good. And Joe Prokopinski, I think is how he pronounces his name. He actually ended up being the bartender for us, so that was kind of neat.
Oh, that's lovely.
And they're wonderful to work with.
And so it's just out in the
Right
back
out the
here.
back,
There's
right.
some
We'll-
tents set up.
We'll
and
be
people
walking
come.
out there shortly after this interview, and you'll
Yep.
get to see it, and they'll take pictures, and you'll get to show it a little bit.
All right, great.
Wonderful.
As well as we will the rest of the facility here, though, which is amazing.
And I know when I showed up earlier, there was some kind of a exercise class or something
Right.
going on
That
here.
was
Tell
our
us about
dance-
that.
That's our dance class. And it's, go down a little and tell you.
We usually have 10 to 12 people involved with it. It's called Dance for Parkinsons. Louise Boyd, who's also an instructor over at Lincoln Center,
Yeah.
does this for us, and she's a certified dance instructor. And Louise can tell you, she's got a heck of a background, but she enjoys doing this, and we all love her. And we do that once a week, 12 o'clock noon on Wednesdays. And like I say, everybody who comes to this, it's free. So bring yourselves. If you have Parkinson's, please come to this. It's a good exercise program. You don't have to know how to dance. And this is great because you get your rhythm in here, and she goes through the motions. It's a 1-hour class. It's a fun class, and people look forward to it.
I could tell everybody was having fun. You could
Oh,
see
yeah.
the smiles on the faces as they were participating. It was great.
Yeah, there's a good camaraderie here too. So.
Yeah.
It's a good class to help maintain gait, balance, coordination. A lot of our classes are geared towards helping to maintain mobility in Parkinson's for as long as possible. And we've got a lot of new things that we're trying to develop to get started to. Libby's working on starting Qigong classes. We just started a class called Fine Tuning that is supposed to help with mental acuity, fine motor skills, and coordination. And we're also working on trying to get together a series of seminars called Pearls of Wisdom, where we hope to get neurologists and dietitians and other professionals in here to give lectures on topics related to Parkinson's disease.
That's great. So, no goat yoga?
Well, we've been thinking about it.
Well, I
Just gotta find the goats.
That's right.
yeah.
I know a couple of old goats. Will that work?
To expand a little bit on what Julie was talking about, the Pearls of Wisdom lecture, we actually had one last September outside. It was so nice outside. But we had planned on doing it in our little office over there. We could hold about 35 people if you didn't want to go to the restroom. So it ended up being 70 degrees outside, and we brought it in, and Dr. Andrea DeLeo was our first speaker. And it was so successful that we decided to remodel the room that we're in right now so that we could hold up to 55 people in here.
Great.
And it's an amazing accomplishment that I'm proud of it. First, we've got you'll take a look around. It's big. It's big enough to handle it, so we can do things indoors when it's really hot outside, or we can do things indoors for the winter months. And that's basically why we built this activities room.
Perfect.
Yeah, there's some amazing resources in Highland, some that we didn't even know about
That's
before
right.
we started doing this show. So, well, we are going to, after this, do a video tour of the facility. And gosh, we'd like to thank you all for being on our show. This is, getting the word out is so important on organizations like yours and letting people know. And so
We'll be putting up links
Mhm.
on our site when we post this, how
Right.
people can get in touch with you and learn more about what all goes on here at Northwest Indiana Parkinsons.
you.
Well, thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you. And with that, we'll end the show. And again, thanks for being on. And we'll say goodbye for now.
This episode of The Bill and Callie Show is brought to you by... If it's breakfast, brunch, or lunch you need, Les Cafe is the place to go, indeed. Open 6 a.m. to 4 p.m. 7 days a week. Les Cafe Pancake House, located in Highland, Indiana on Highway Avenue. Les Cafe, where less is more.